Hello there, friends of YouTube. We're back with our account review series. You guys absolutely loved the first episode where there was a thumbnail of me like, oh no, and there are some shockingly bad accounts we took a look at. Now, of course, I'm going to be reacting again to your accounts, giving you some advice, being shocked and absolutely befuddled by some of your choices, and hoping I can offer a little bit of sage wisdom to push you guys in the right direction and steer you clear of those E5 baids you really want to build. So we're going to pop into the first account for today, which belongs to agnolox. Now, agnolox wants me to just check their general progress. So this is going to be a checkup, if you will, when you go to your doctor and say, hey, Mr. Doctor, how am I doing? How do I look? So let's slide across and see what agnolox has for their heroes. Oh! Well, this is interesting. You have Halora, good choice, I like it. Tussalago is interesting. I imagine you built them a Chinese New Year, so obviously you don't want to go resetting that because that would be silly. And Double Tara. This is an interesting choice. It was a viable setup a year ago, but Double Tara isn't still that good. I mean, you can have some fun. Tara alongside Scarlet Queen does have some interesting synergy. So I'm actually not going to, start having a go at you for this. This is actually, it's perfectly fine. And I like this. An aggressive Tara, 3-in-1 split, Augustus Magic Ball, attack, holy damage. I can see the synergy here. The Tara working alongside the Scarlet Queen. That's actually pretty fun. Magic Source on Scarlet Queen, clever, increases the crit damage. If you guys didn't know, when she gets an active skill off, she's going to do Abyssal Corruption, which means the opponents are going to take more crit damage, which is good, and they're going to deal less crit damage. So it's a debuff and also a buff for your team that gets around Focus, because it doesn't buff your team's crit damage, it just increases the amount of damage an opponent takes from crits, which is very clever. So Focus can't go upsetting that, which is excellent. On the topic of Focus, you have your own. He's Void 1. That's pretty cool. I like this with a Magic Source. Again, clearly you don't have Demon Bells, but that's fine. Speed attack, all good stuff. Built for speed. I like it. So it seems like you've got a very PvP-orientated account. We've got Carrie in there, Amun-Ra. Would be nice to have the better skin on her, but obviously I'm not going to start nitpicking about the skins you have on heroes. And if we think about your progress in the Void as well, you've got a lot of good stuff set up here. You have your Scarlet Queen, which you'll use. You've got ticks. You've got Ignis to feed energy into the ticks. You've got a Rogan there for broken spaces and things. You're not looking like you have that many damage dealers, but I imagine Tara will get you through. No sign of a Drake, I don't see. No. You have a 6-star Drake. What about Drake copies? That's interesting. So, I don't know how PvE is for you. As long as you can clear broken spaces, it's fine. But you might find your progress in broken spaces a little bit slow with only a 6-star Drake. That said, if you can keep him alive, it's fine. But only a 6-star Drake may slow you down. You're saying broken spaces is easy, 40 tickets with solo Tara? Oh, that's fine then. Then you'll be okay. So that's good. At least we managed to check that, as long as that's doing okay. I actually do feel like a doctor. I'm like, oh, so how has this been for you? Oh, it's been fine. I can do this in 40 tries. Oh, that's perfectly excellent. Yes, oh, that's good. So it hasn't been impeding your sense of movement? No, it hasn't. Oh, okay, that's good. Right. I don't know what overcame me there, but you know what I mean. So yeah, all things seem pretty fine. It looks like you're leaning towards maybe picking up another Ignis. It seems you have a 6-star one here. Are you going to be building her as a 9-star? Do we have another Ignis copy? That might be worth pushing forwards. A 9-star Ignis can be used for her death effect, the death passive. When she dies, she gives energy to someone. You could use that in the Void. But you are one Ignis short. So that could be something to consider moving forward. You have 2 Rogans here as well, if you ever did want to E5 your Rogan. But I am aware that it's probably not an immediate concern. Although having another E5 does mean you're increasing the number of E5s you have for the Void Arc. And you currently have 8, 9, 10, 11. So eventually you do want 15 E5s. So that could be helpful. 9-star Starlight I like. If you guys didn't know, there are heroes that you can build that will benefit your account even when you're waiting to use them as food. So a Starlight can be used in the Guild Wars to decent progress, actually. So yeah, that's fine. I think Starlight's a good choice there. And a lot of other heroes you're clearly using. You've got your Belrains and your Michelles. A lot of heroes you've leveled up to 100, actually. I imagine you've used them all for various things, whether it's seal lands and stuff. And on the topic of seal lands, let's take a look at your seal land clears. So we got 20, is it 20 all around the board? Yeah, 20 all around the board, so that's perfect. If you guys didn't know, Tara actually can do seal land. So that's perfectly fine. I'm glad you've got seal land 20 done, because you don't actually need Russell to do light seal land. Tara can do it perfectly fine. And it seems your account has done very well. Light is the most scuffed faction in Idle Heroes at the moment, so it doesn't really matter you don't have a Russell. The two Taras, the Ada, the Tessalago, they're all okay. You've got also good Dark Heroes. Aspen is the only thing that I'm remotely questioning, and I don't like the 7-star Dasmoke. Your Dark Heroes aren't looking too hot, I'll be honest. 9-star Mim as well, questionable. Useful in Guild Wars, but still questionable. I would be wary about this Dasmoke. At some point, you do want to get him up. You do have the copies as well, but I'm aware you're probably just buying your time and thinking, oh, well, he's scuffed. I'm never going to go correct this. But at some point, you might want to go and 10-star the Dasmoke and then swap him with someone else. That would be clever. That would be a smart decision. In fact, you say you have too many dark foods. One option would be to make Dasmoke 9-star and just feed him away. That's assuming you haven't done something stupid and, oh, you have? Wow. Wow. Why would you give him a Celestial Stone? What night out did you go on that made you think that was a good idea? I know, I'll 7-star him and give him an attack Celestial Stone. That's a fantastic idea. Agnolox, that's impressive. That's worse than a 7-star Dasmoke. That's a 7-star Dasmoke with baggage. Like, yikes, dude. The account was 2 months old? Okay, that makes sense. It makes sense why it's not a Soul Stone. I guess it's the early days. But yikers, dude. That's... You know what? Maybe just keep it. Maybe just keep it as a memory of, I'm never gonna make that mistake again. Because that's lost resources for the Dark Faction and lost dust and lost gold. Oh, it's hilarious. And I wonder how many times you had to reset to get attack as well. Oh, that's hilarious. So yeah, fun stuff, guys. Dasmoke. Ah, brilliant. Everything else seems okay, though. I don't think there's anything too terrible. It seems you have 6-star Olivia here. You probably built her for the Bosom Friends event, so I'm not going to judge you for that. I imagine the same for Morax, same for Flora. So that's all okay. And yeah, progress seems good. Just focus on getting those 9-star heroes, those 10-star heroes, and finishing off maybe some more E5s. You might want to E5 Rogan. I don't know how you're feeling about that. But let's go see how you're looking in the Gate of the Void. Let's look at your evolution cubes. You don't have many. Okay, that makes sense. But what is impressive is you are free to play. There is no VIP in the corner of this account if you look underneath chat. Agnolox is just straight up. And this is evidence to all of you guys out there. You can get a Transcendence hero free to play. It's doable. It's very doable. And this account is entirely free to play and looks pretty good. And that explains why you are in a situation you are with these light heroes, because you've built them and you can't really undo them as a free-to-play player. And you're waiting to void 4 ticks to E5 Rowan. Ah, okay, that makes sense, because you're using the 10-star fodders to go into your ticks so you can finish him off. That makes sense. Good luck. I mean, obviously, I hope you're buying cores every day when you have spare gems. And look at this, guys. Free-to-play player, 19,000 gems. So don't get me started that free-to-play players don't have gems. You do. You can be a very intelligent free-to-play player, and just make sure you're buying these daily. Do you want me to buy this for you right now, agnolox? Because I will. Oh, you're saving gems for a Valiant push in a week? Oh, I see. Right, that makes sense. Pushing 2 Valiant with only 1 ticks is going to be a little difficult. You will need those gems. Best of luck to you. I hope it goes very well. So, good luck. I hope you do fine. And for those of you that don't know, in the Void Vortex, there are different stages. One of the stages is called Explorer, and if you complete it, you unlock Valiant. So, a Valiant push is from where you go from Explorer to Valiant. So, it'll make you progress, which is nice. So, it's something that, if you haven't seen, I've got some videos about, which shows you how I did it, and how I've done it on other accounts. One of them, we even tried to speedrun it. that was a strange experience. Feel free to watch that video. It's a bit weird, but it's funny. And yeah, that's this account. This seems good. Agnolox, I like it. Aspen sucks. I don't know why you still have Aspen. I'm a bit annoyed, actually, that you went ahead and started building Drake when you had the Aspen. I would have replaced the Aspen with the Drakes as and when you got enough copies. In fact, how many copies of Drake? Do you have any just spare? No. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's cool. But just do be wary about that. That's something to consider. Another thing to consider is maybe getting some magic stone swords if you can, and going for a Nosuke cheese in the void. That's going to help push your progress a little further, because you have everything else for this. You have the carries, you have Tixes, you've got Ignis, you've got Queen, Amon-Ra, all the things that I use when I'm using a Nosuke cheese. So maybe if you can, at some point, if you do stumble across a couple magic stone swords, that would be pretty helpful. You said check artifacts. Well, you've got Splendid Punisher of Immortal. Again, free to play. He's managed this without spending any money. Splendid Punisher, Splendid Augustus Magic Ball, I believe, on one of these Taurus. Like, it's doable. Guys, there is no VIP on this account. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's being sensible, and he's buying his time. Obviously, free-to-play players in their time have got many Kiss of Ghosts, so it makes sense that this is glittery. That's good, that's good. And yeah, everything just seems good. That explains why you're using magic sources and not demon bells. And I don't know if you necessarily want to start collecting demon bells as a free-to-play player. This is weird, Wildfire Torch, Splendid, but I suppose they do give away Wildfire Torch a lot for free. So that is what it is, but I'm amazed you managed to get 4 of them. That's kind of crazy. Have they really given 4 Wildfire Torches away for free? That's terrifying. But either way, it looks pretty good. Best of luck to you making that progress, and I'm excited to see where you go in the future. My personal thought would be maybe not Demon Bells, but Magic Stone Sword, just for the Void Corruption. But yeah, I like this, guys. It's pretty good. And let's see what else is in store for me, because this account looks fine. Let's see what nightmares you have. Now we're going to take a look at another account. This is fabscake. And this is looking pretty solid. E5 Garuda, E5 Tix, E5 Horus. One thing I'm surprised about is the level here. 3, 4, 5. Has your Tix not cleared Aspen Dungeon? What's he got on him? He has a Punisher of Immortal. Okay, I see that. If you manage to get yourself another Punisher of Immortal, you might find Tix can do Aspen Dungeon. In fact, with imprints, he should be okay. So I think with a good pilot and some good knowledge, you should be able to get to Death 100 with that Tix in Aspen Dungeon. So yeah, be very careful. A second Punisher Immortal will make this very easy. As soon as it's glittery, with the imprints you've got on him, especially if you can get him all the way up to Void 4, he's going to have a field day. So that's going to be excellent. And yeah, that Tix seems pretty nice. You got Horus alongside him. This I find a bit redundant. I don't know what a Horus is bringing to this account. I guess you've already cleared CLN 20 in Shadow. And bear in mind, guys, this is 145 free to play. So this is a very early account. Well, not very early. Probably a few months in. Maybe like 3, 4, maybe 5 months, 6 months. How old's this account, fabscake? Let's take a look. You have, hopefully, CLN 20 in Shadow. Yes, you do. Excellent. That's what we like to see. Now, let's have a look. Forest here, you have Garuda. You have 10-star Heartwatcher and 10-star Rogan. Imprinting your Garuda will make her able to do CLN 20 in Forest. So just bear that in the back of your mind, that at some point you could switch imprints onto Garuda a little later on, and that'll be Forest CLN cleared, even with these 10 stars to support. If you need more help there, just go with CC and things just to lock down the opponents. Although bear in mind, Forest is quite a tricky CLN. So just be mindful of that. But this does seem good. Heartwash is going to help you out. Do you have a Drake? You have a 6-star Drake. Okay, if you can keep him alive in PvE, that's excellent. You have Amon-Ra, which is nice. And you've got the Belrain here too. So I imagine Broken Spaces isn't too difficult for you. This team looks like it should be able to do it. Garuda hits like a truck in Broken Spaces, so you should be able to clear Broken Spaces. And the Amon-Ra and the Belrain together should help you in Broken Spaces Stage 7. So I think you'll be fine. Sherlock 10-star is interesting. He's not really offering much on his own. Maybe for PvP he's useful, but a 10-star Sherlock on his own isn't going to do a lot. However, if you do manage to build an E5 and Nosuke at any point, E5 Inosuke plus 10-star Sherlock is an easy CLN 20 clear for Fortress. So that said, let's go see what copies of heroes you have. Ooh, not a lot. Again, this seems like a free-to-play account that's a little stretched thin. There's a Forkis Tara. I imagine you picked up Tara from Heroic Miracle last event, so that makes that sense there. You have 4 Tussalago copies, okay. That's a thing. We got a carry here. Yeah, it seems that you're just struggling with hero copies at the moment. I think that's the main thing that's holding you back on finding who your next E5 is going to be. So my advice, if you have an account like this that's not able to make much progress because you're a little stuck, I would say don't go too heavy on the 10 stars like you've done here. You've got the 10-star Ada, 10-star Belrain, 10-star Amon-Ra, 10-star Heartwatcher, 10-star Sherlock. That's a lot of food, right? That's a lot of heroes that you've made to 10-star. What I would do is I'd make fodder heroes to 10-star, but fodder heroes that can benefit your account, like a 10-star Valentino or a 10-star Honor Guard, 10-star Karma even. Heroes that you can build that will help you out a little bit. Now, you probably won't actually get any usefulness out of the Karma here, considering you already now have Belrain, Amon-Ra, Ada, right? You've got heroes you'd rather run. But it's just bearing in mind that you can build 10-star fodder heroes and 9-star fodder heroes and use them maybe on secondary teams and things. Starlight's a good call for that kind of thing. Karim as well for Guild Wars. And you'll find that eventually you're going to want to use them as food, and then that will be where you're going to make some progress. But obviously your main goal right now is to get copies of someone. And who that someone is, I don't know. You've got 5 copies of Sia here. That's exciting. How are you looking for chests? Hopefully you've been hoarding selection chests. Yeah, there's one here. Obviously you don't want to open it until you have a better idea of where you're going to make progress in the future. So that's fine. One thing I would be doing on this account is I would be buying cores daily. Or at least as much as you can. Cores of Transcendence are going to be what's going to push you forward. Just doing stuff in the void, using your cores, cashing them in, because eventually you're going to need imprints and you're going to want to pick up a Transcendence hero. So hopefully that can be something that comes in the future. Now, another question I think you asked is, what artifact should you go for when you get to 400 relics? So you have 305 right now. I think looking at this account, if you are still struggling with Aspen Dungeon, maybe another Punisher of Immortal, getting that to Glittery, and actually being able to get a little bit more damage on ticks, because that's going to also help you in the void. It's going to help you move forwards. But there are other artifacts worth considering, but it will depend on who your next heroes are. It's always good to try and speed your way towards getting 8 Demon Bells, but that's a bit of a pipe dream for a lot of free-to-play accounts. I wonder if an Augustus Magic Ball might be a little bit too out of reach. I don't know. I think take it steady, see how this Ticks can manage, and if in doubt, Punisher of Immortal is a perfectly fine artifact. It's probably one of the better splendid artifacts to go for early on, because you're going to need it in the Void Vortex on your Ticks, so it's going to help you out regardless. And Ticks is a solid hero. You can't go wrong with Ticks. One hero that would be nice to build, in all fairness, with the Void Vortex in mind, would be Ignis. So if you can, try and get as many Ignis copies as you can, because I think an Ignis is really going to benefit your team, even if it's just a 10-star. But do be mindful, you are going to need food, so you're going to need 9 stars and 10 stars to push yourself forwards. So fingers crossed that kind of gives you a little bit of advice. If you have any more questions, be sure to ask away on Discord, and I'll try and get back to you and try and get in touch. And things so far look pretty good. You haven't made any mistakes, except for maybe building too many 10-star heroes and not focusing heavily enough on food. But I think that's forgivable, because you can, if you need to, regress these into 9-star fodders. Although, I actually think, Rogue and Sherlock, it seems pretty good. If you've been looking at tier lists, I understand why you've built these. You've gone, I want a Sherlock for PvP. And it's finding that balance between PvE, PvP, fun, and optimization. So as long as you're having a fun time, I don't see a problem with this account. This actually looks pretty good. So yeah, nice one, dude. Okay, this is Save Toilet Paper's account. Now, what I'm seeing, before we talk about anything else, is an E4 hero and an E1 hero. It doesn't matter who they are. The truth remains that you have an E4 hero and an E1 hero. Even more so, that E4 penny, you have another copy of down here. That should be an E5 penny. That really should be. Because E5 Penny is going to unlock the void. And E5 Penny is a good first E5. She's an excellent first E5. But for some reason, you made Bade E1. If only that Bade was 10-star, we could have ourselves an E5 Penny. You were so close to being okay. And you scuffed it with a Bade. So that's my first thing. Don't go enabling heroes until you've got an E5. Don't go making your second E hero. I don't want to see many E2s or E3 heroes. I want to see just one. And it needs to go from E1 to E2 to E3 to E4 to E5, then unlock the void. Then if you really want to, imprint. Imprint yourself to Void 2 and start doing things. Kill stuff. Clear Aspen Dungeon. Have a crazy time. Like, Penny is a poggers hero. Penny's great. And the sooner you enable Penny, the sooner you can get her in the void, get imprints, get her upgraded, and then go clear Aspen Dungeon with her. Penny is the only hero outside of Tix that can clear Aspen Dungeon all the way up to Death 100. Don't sleep on her. She's a great hero. Also, she looks awesome. So, yeah, it's a real shame that Penny isn't E5. I want to see that. Now, next, what else are we looking at? We've got a Starlight here. Make this Starlight 10-star. Feed her to Penny. Where's your Starlight copies? You don't have any. Right, here's another mistake. You started building Starlight, or you started building someone before having 5 copies. I bet at some point you've had like 5 Edgar copies, or 5 Fat Moo copies, or 5 Balrog copies, right? You've got to have had 5 copies of someone. So one thing players want to bear in mind is you do need 5 copies of something to make yourself 10-star heroes. So whenever you're replacing or doing things, always try and keep 5 copies of a hero around. Because you're currently now in lack of 5 heroes paralysis. Which is not a fun place to be in. And no matter how many Christian copies you have, you're never going to be able to make him 10-star. Because you literally can't. Which kind of sucks. I think, and this is going to sound like a very bold statement, but you see this Horus here? You have 1 more copy and you've got yourself a 10-star Horus. You might have to make 10-star Horus and feed him to Penny just to get the bloody void open. That may be a bite-the-bullet painful experience that you're going to have to do to yourself. Yeah, it's rough and it hurts to suggest. But maybe, just maybe, that's something you're going to have to do. Last resort, but feeding a 10-star Horus to open the void isn't the worst thing in the world. So yeah, I know a lot of you in the comment section now are going to be saying, oh my god, MK said feed Horus, what the heck's he talking about? I mean, yeah, sometimes that's what you're going to have to do. And Horus isn't an amazing hero. There are better heroes out there. Ithaca, Eloise, the Shadow faction has become so saturated with the good heroes now that Horus is not that great as a first E5. And if you are building Horus, the only reason you're really going to build him is for Shadow Seal Land. Now, if that's really something you're going for, then okay, great. You have a Tix in the bag. Sure, Horus can do these things. Maybe that's something to consider. But I don't know. It's just a very scary thing to think. Because building a Horus is a big investment. And then you're going to have to use your Soul Stones. And if I go and take a look at your Soul Stones, you haven't got any, mate. You haven't got any Soul Stones at all. And to get some, you're going to need to do 300 summons in a summon event. Oh, please don't tell me. You've done 170. No. No. Oh, there's your mistake, Save Toilet Paper. Why are you using heroic summon scrolls when you don't have 300? This is what you need right now. You need soul symbols. Like, how can you look at this E1 Bade and not save 300 scrolls? So, dude, save the toilet paper. Save all of the toilet paper. Live up to your name. I need 300 pieces of toilet paper until I will ever let you do heroic summons ever again. I refuse. You're not allowed to enter the 100 summons challenge now. You had, but I used them. No, well, you didn't use them. You clearly didn't use them because you haven't got a soul symbol. So do it, man. Save. Save, 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 save. And when you have 300 heroic scrolls, go to here, do them during a heroic summon event. You'll go to summon prizes, you'll get yourself 5 of these bad boys, and that Bade can finally become a ton of 9-star fodder, which then Starlight can eat, and then she becomes 10-star. Which Horus can eat, and then he's going to become 10-star. And then we're going to be happy. In fact, call me crazy, but that'll leave you with 6 copies of Bade. So keep those 6 copies of Bade around, make him 10-star, and then feed him away. That's probably something to do as well. Just remember that that's an option. That's going to help you with progress. So please, when you do eventually pop this Bade, keep 5 copies of him around, make him to 10-star, and use him as food. And as for this boy here, Horus, I don't know what you're going to do with him. You might E5 him and clear Seal Land and then swap him to become a Tix. Or you might feed him as a 10-star to just get Penny to E5 and open the void. Both are okay. It depends how soon you get that next copy of Horus, because temptation on my side would be get Penny E5'd as soon as possible. It's pretty scuffed. I really wish you had an E5, and I really wish this Bade wasn't E1, but sometimes we make mistakes and we have to live with them. But the main mistake you made was using scrolls this event. Save 300, get those symbols, and get that Bade regressed. Do it. Oh my word, can we just take a look at this Penny for a second before we leave this account? Looks good, right? We've got Soul Resonance, we've got Minstrel Armor, right? It's all pretty good. It's all attuned to Penny. She's got a Plate of Courageous. Wait, do you have any free-to-play artifacts? Wait, Echo of Death's all the way over on here. No! Give Echo of Death to Penny. She needs crit. And attack skill damage isn't good. Let's just... Where's your gold? Oh, no. Where is your gold? What? We have agate stones on all of these? Oh, no. No. Be careful, dude. Be careful. What monster have we got, by the way? Oh. Fox? Fox? The only time Fox is good is as an endgame PvP monster. Fox isn't doing anything for you in PvE. That's a PvP pet. Oh, that's a thing. Yeah. So, save toilet paper. E5 Penny, please. Pretty please. And we cannot rebirth this Fox. We just don't have the gold. So, we're going with Fox. It seems. No! Don't upgrade speed! Don't upgrade speed either. Big no. Don't upgrade speed because speed is only good in PvP. You need attack and HP upgraded. Don't upgrade speed. Please. Folks at home, don't do this. So, yeah. Oh. That Fox. Oh, and then all your gold. Where is your gold? What did you do with it all? What happened to the 50 million? Oh, I know what happened to his gold. Penny's wearing it. Penny's wearing all your gold. That's what happened to 200 million gold last week. Please don't get resonant armor until you really need it, folks. Because it's really expensive. It's really friggin' expensive. So please don't spend 200 million gold on it because it's gonna sting. Because you won't be able to finish your monster and you'll be stuck with attack skill damage stones on your pennies. So, yeah. That's a thing. It really is.